Hey guys, welcome to the trailer build. We are going to be setting up a brand new 22 by 7 by 7 full aluminum enclosed trailer to haul side by sides. All right, first step to the trailer build is going to be to paint the floor, paint the walls, and paint the tailgate. I picked up 4 gallons of porch and floor paint from Canadian Tire. It's their Armor Coat brand. This paint is priced kind of mid-grade, and it works really well. I've used this paint before. It covers wood well. It'll hold up well. Make sure you use an oil base, not an latex base for your floor. I'm gonna paint the whole trailer with this stuff, but if you're gonna use oil base for anything, use it for the floor. The oil base will hold up better, it'll cover nicer, it'll have a longer life cycle, be more resistant to other chemicals and stuff like that, and it's gonna have a bit more mar resistance on the floor. And if you need to recoat it, it's really easy to recoat. It sticks good to itself. Once you choose your flooring paint, then you're gonna wanna get some sand, or even better, here we've got some recycled glass. It's basically blasting medium for a blasting cabinet. And we're gonna mix 1 part of the recycled glass with 4 parts of paint, and that's what we're gonna do for the floors. For the walls, we're just gonna put the paint on straight out of the can. We'll get everything prepped to paint. All right, now with all that dust out, we can get the paint ready and start doing our edges with a brush, and then we'll roll the rest of the walls. Once we're done the walls, we'll do the floor.
Like with most projects, the majority of the decisions will be left up to personal preference and your intentions on how you're going to use the finished product. These are just suggestions and what I chose to do.
Just doing the edging, almost done. This is the worst part, it takes the longest.
Remember, the most important part of any painting job is the prep.
Okay, the edging is done. It is time to start painting the walls. So this paint is definitely gonna darken the space up. I am glad I didn't go with white, because that would have been crazy. It'd be like a laboratory in here. I've got a lot of LED lighting going in here. Light's not gonna be an issue for sure. Time to get the roller set up.
Once you're done edging, painting the walls is really easy. I ended up using just over 3 gallons of paint to do the walls and the floor. The paint covered well and it turned out great.
All right, the walls are done. Look at that, what a difference. Looks dark now, but when the lights are in, it's gonna look awesome. So next step is the floor. We're gonna mix 4 parts paint and 1 part sand, or in my case, a glass abrasive. I am really looking forward to this next part. I really wanna see how this glass works in the paint. I think it's gonna work really well, and I'm gonna put the floor on really thick and then give it a few days to cure before I paint over it with just paint without the glass in it. So we'll do 1 to 4, see how that works. Hopefully it covers okay. And yeah, it's kind of an experiment. If it's not transferring well in the paint, then I'll just sprinkle it on there. It's gonna look sweet once it dries. There we go. Now we're gonna fill the can with paint. It's gonna be fun to stir this. I'm gonna put the lid on and shake it actually. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gonna work good. Yeah, I can tell. It's turning into like mud. That's gonna go on thick. I shook it up pretty good, but it was still pretty chunky. It's thick. That's gonna go on good actually. Stir it for a good 2 or 3 minutes so that turns into like a thick, muddy paste. Look at that, it's concrete. Oh yeah, that's going on nice. Yep, that's gonna work well. The particles are falling to the bottom, so you gotta stir it up well with your roller here and keep it mixed up good. Yeah, and it goes on nice and thick.
Obviously, there's a lot of options for flooring, including a 2-part epoxy, water-based epoxy, oil-based epoxy. You can use stick-on tiles, you can use rubber matting, you can use pretty much anything you want, leave bare wood. It's all up to you and how you plan on using it. I'll be using this trailer all year, so I wanted something that offers a lot of grip, even if it's cold and there's water or snow on the ground. I don't want to slip and fall. And I wanted something that was cost effective as well as easy to touch up. That's one area where 2-part epoxies really struggle.
All right, the floor is done. I don't know how well you can see it, but man, that glass turned out wicked. it was literally like a paste. It was really hard to roll. You had to go over it a million times. And then you probably saw me in the video there also sprinkling some additional on top. So I went crazy with it, but the finish, the texture is wicked and it covers so nice. It covered all the imperfections and it looks really good. So I'm guessing once I put the top coat on this, it's gonna look epic. There's gonna be a ton of grip. And it was easy. Look at that, it's literally like sandpaper. It's like 80 grit sandpaper. No one's slipping in here. So yeah, the top coat will seal it in. You can see I went a little too thick on the glass in a few spots, but the top coat will cover that up. Super, super satisfied so far. Hopefully she holds up. Can't wait to get the lights in here. Once the lights are in, it's gonna be super sweet. It'll really, really light this place up and look awesome. The gray's gonna look awesome with all the lighting. White would have just been way too reflective and bright, and it gets dirty so easy. This will be nice and easy to clean up, and I'm super stoked. It should be really easy to touch up as well if there's any damage on the floor or the walls or anything like that. So I had just enough paint to do the floor inside. I'm actually gonna try something different here. It's gonna be a good experiment. This is a high traffic zone. I'm gonna put the paint on thick, then I'm gonna spread glass all over it evenly, then I'm gonna roll it again.
Throwing the glass on top of a thick layer of paint is definitely the way to go. It's much easier, much faster, and much cleaner. You don't have to worry about mixing it constantly and the glass or the sand sinking to the bottom of the paint. The end result was very similar. I'd say it's actually more uniform this way.
Okay, this looks freaking awesome. Just lay a lot of paint down and then throw it down on top and it'll stick. Since we're giving it a top coat, it'll seal it in there really nice. So this might affect the dry time and extend it a little bit. So I'm gonna give it a little extra maybe, but I'll come back in about 48 hours and see what it looks like.
Overall, I'm very satisfied and I think the end result looks absolutely awesome.
Came back yesterday, I put a second coat on the floor. Didn't really think I needed to show you that. It's the same thing. We'll show you an after shot now. And I just got the toolbox in there and I'm test fitting the countertop that I cut. So let's go take a look. Things are coming together nicely. That second coat of just paint over top of the floor really helped seal up all the grit and all that glass in there and make it look really nice. In person, it looks like a really high quality finish. It looks like nice thick grit sandpaper. It's not like coming out when I kick it with my foot. And my boots are sticking to it really nice, so even wet it should be good. So this is the shop / table section of the trailer. And as you can see here, I've got that old tabletop that I cut to size. It's gonna sit about 5-6 inches higher actually. Then we got our toolbox back there. Back here we got quite a bit of space. I'm gonna see if I can utilize that dead space. I'm guessing I can like store something back there. I'm gonna put the batteries down here somewhere. We'll have the heater in a corner as well. This is gonna add a bit of weight to the tongue, which is actually gonna be good for my setup. It's gonna help this trailer track a little bit better since it is a lot of trailer for my truck. It is not too much trailer for my truck, regardless of what a lot of people have said. This is a safe load. As long as you tow it with what you're towing in mind, then you're fine. Right lane, speed limit, let everyone go around you. You're not winning any races with this setup with that truck. And realistically, the difference between going 10 over and going the speed limit is nothing on like a 12-hour trip. Or we're wasting more time at fuel stops and bathroom breaks and food and all that crap. So if it takes us an extra hour to get somewhere safely, I don't care. As soon as I leave the driveway with my setup, this trailer's hooked up with a machine in it. I'm gonna have a killer time regardless of what I'm doing. So what do I care if it takes me an extra few minutes to get there? Getting there in one piece is definitely more important than getting there 10 minutes early. Look at that setup. That trailer's looking great.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this trailer build. The next step of the build is going to be setting up the battery bank and positioning it, and then setting up the LED lighting. And then after that, we'll step into finishing the shop, the table, the heater, and all that stuff. I'm going to break this build up into sections so it's easier to watch and easier for me to edit. And like with a lot of projects like this, it will take some time to get it all finished, so this way I'll be able to update you guys in the future as I add new things and get some feedback on how this stuff is working. Stay tuned, there's a ton of content coming your way. If you haven't already checked out some of our previous uploads in the riding videos, then make sure you head on over to the channel and do that. Smash that subscribe button, like the video, follow us on social media, and don't forget to check out our Shopify store for some cool swag. See you in the next video. Ride safe out there.